What's going on, everyone? This is Julian and I'm back here with another video, and today I'm going to be showcasing to you guys a team from the Great League Remix Cup. And before I get started with the video, again, I want to say thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to check out my content. Feel free to give this video a like and a subscribe if you do like this type of content from me. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the breakdown of this team. So this team is an ABB team, and I've showcased Shadow Nidoqueen on my channel before. And this is actually going to be another ABB team. So it's Shadow Nidoqueen and Double Dark. So Sableye will usually be acting as the safe swap, and then Obstagoon will be the closer in the back here, with, again, Shadow Nidoqueen as the lead. So again, the poison Double Dark strategy here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into these battles. And I will say that this team is so much fun, and I was able to get a 5-0 run for this particular set that I'm showcasing to you guys today. So without further ado, here are the battles. So the first battle, we have a Nidoqueen into a Chestnut. This is a pretty good lead, and this is where you want to be seeing the Chestnut. And they actually swap into a Jellicent, so I'm recognizing here that the Obstagoon won't really have much play against the Chestnut. So I'm going to be going ahead and bringing that in first into this Jellicent matchup. So Jellicent is running Hex, at least the opponent's Jellicent is running Hex here. So it's not going to be really doing anything here to my Obstagoon, because the Hexes are going to be triple resistant because of Obstagoon's normal and dark typing here. So the Jellicent really can only be going for Bubble Beams here. I'm going to be beginning to throw a couple Night Slashes here just to start chipping away at the health of this Jellicent. And there's no reason for me to shield anything here from this matchup. So I'm going to be going for another Night Slash here. And again, as I mentioned before, these Night Slashes will really start to be chipping away here at this Jellicent. So another charge move from the Jellicent coming here. They're going to be continuing to throw Bubble Beams. And personally here for me, I would actually not be running Hex and Bubble Beam here. I would actually be running the Bubble and the Shadow Ball and the Ice Beam. So the double nukes team if I were running Jellicent here in this Remix Cup. So they go for yet another Bubble Beam. So I'm going to be going ahead and building up quite a lot of energy here. Back to 2 Night Slashes. So I'm actually going to be throwing the Night Slash here to finally take out this Jellicent. So so the opponent will then come in with, if the so Chestnut actually comes back in, so this is actually a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to actually try to build to a Gunk Shot. However, the opponent actually does a very amazing catch on the Gunk Shot onto the Golbat. So that was a great catch from the opponent there. But now I'm going to be swapping into Sableye here. And Sableye will be doing pretty much okay here against the Golbat. So I'm going to be going straight for the foul plays right here. I'm not going to be messing around. And this foul play will be getting a shield from this Golbat. So I know that this Golbat's going to be throwing a Poison Fang here. So I'm just going to let this go. But now the Golbat and then the Sableye, we're going to continue to build energy here. So they are going to be throwing another move here, which is going to be another Poison Fang. I am going to shield this one here just to see if I can get another shield from this Golbat. So I'm going to be throwing the foul play in a little bit. I accidentally over-tapped there just a little bit, which isn't that great. But the foul play is going to come through and take out this Golbat, which is great. So now the Chestnut comes in and gets some farm. And I'm going to be coming back here with the Nidoqueen and close this game out. So now there isn't really much that the Chestnut can do to the Nidoqueen except Energy Ball, which is going to be doing a good chunk of neutral damage here. So I'm going straight for the Poison Fang. I did actually attempt to do a sack on the Obstagoon, which didn't work out too well for me. But regardless, the Nidoqueen can go back here and throw a Poison Fang at this Chestnut to start getting its the shield, and then the Poison Fangs, the Poison Jabs rather, will be adding up, and they actually live this one. However, the Poison Jab does go through, and after shielding up the superpower, the Chestnut will go down. So that is a great first game to the opponent. Very well played. Alright, and we're moving on to the second battle here. And here we go against Moth Geo. Alright, so we have Nidoqueen on the lead versus another Shadow Nidoqueen. So this is going to be a very tricky, very tricky situation here. So what I'm going to be doing here is building up to the Earth Power, and then I'm going to throw right at Earth Power. However, I lose the CMP tie, so I'm going to have to shield this one. And it was an Earth Power from the opposing Shadow Nidoqueen, but I'm going to be going for an Earth Power of my own. And just wanted to see if they call it. So they actually let it go, and because they were expecting the bait. So good on me. So now their Shadow Nidoqueen is out. And they actually have a Roserade here. So the next Pokemon is Roserade. They attempted to catch a Poison Fang on the Crustle, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw it now, because the Smackdowns are actually resistant here on this Shadow Nidoqueen. So I'm going to be throwing a Poison Fang here, then swapping right into my Sableye. So I'm going to start getting some farm. And this is a X-Scissor here from the Crustle, but I can live it. So what I'm going to be doing here is going for the Foul Play straight away. Actually over-farming just a little bit here. And then this Foul Play will chip away at this Crustle or get a shield. So actually shield, which is fine. So they're going to be able to get to another X-Scissor here. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and let the... I actually do decide to shield here, so I wanted to see if I can try to win switch. So we actually simultaneously KO, which is fine. And they only have one Pokemon here, which is the Roserade. And I still have a fairly healthy Obstagoon here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this Poison Fang here at the Roserade to lower its defense. Then at this point I can just come in with the Obstagoon and basically take this game here. So the Obstagoon will be taking a Grass Knot here from the Roserade, doing some very nice damage here. However, I'm going to be able to get to this next Night Slash right here. And this should be plenty to take out this Roserade here from this range. So that was a great second game. Well played to my opponent there. Yeah, so I will say Shadow Nidoqueen looking very solid so far. So here we are into the third battle. All right. So Adam G. Ketchum is our next opponent. And we have Shadow Nidoqueen on the lead versus a Diggersby. So this is very, very bad. What I'm going to actually do here, though, is go for the Poison Fang straight away. I'm actually going to just sacrifice my Shadow Nidoqueen here, and I'm going to try to rely on Obstagoon to help take out this Diggersby. So Poison Fang comes through, and I'm expecting the Earthquake at this point, so I'm not going to be shielding anything here from this Diggersby, and it is the Earthquake, which will take out my Shadow Nidoqueen. And then I'm going to come in with the Obstagoon, start getting some farm. And so I know that this is just a Fire Punch, and there's no need for me to shield this one. And I'm going to, again, continue to farm here. Now I actually decide to throw a Night Slash here just to start getting the Diggersby a little bit low, and I can get a tiny bit more farm. And they actually live with like 1 HP here, so I actually do decide to shield this one just in case it is an Earthquake. However, it's just another Fire Punch bait, which is unfortunate, so that is actually fine with me. So the Diggersby is down, and they actually have their own Shadow Nidoqueen here. And what I'm going to do is can go for a Night Slash, start getting some chip damage here on this Shadow Nidoqueen. And the Night Slash gets a shield from this Nidoqueen, which is okay, but I have another one right here. So having an energy advantage here is actually really key. You can start to force shield or get some nice chip damage early. Now I'm going to actually swap into my Sableye and see if I can draw something that in the back that's weak to dark, or something that's good against a dark type here. So the Nidoqueen is going to be going for a Poison Fang, and actually call it, since I actually didn't think it would be the Earth Power, and they actually have a Registeel. So I'm recognizing here that my win condition is now with the Obstagoon. So what I'm going to be doing here is trying to chip away at this Registeel as much as I can before the Sableye goes down to a Flash Cannon. So I'm going to be able to get off a second foul play here to put the Registeel in about the yellow range. So this next foul play is going to chip the Registeel a little bit more. And the Registeel throws, which is perfectly okay. I'm going to let it go. And this Flash Cannon will be taking out my Sableye. So I'm going to come back in with Obstagoon, of course. At this point, I'm just going to completely farm the Registeel down before it gets to a Flash Cannon, which is great. So now I can throw a Night Slash here against this Nidoqueen. And this will be getting another shield here. And then I can just go up to a few more counters before getting the next Night Slash off. I do have the shield, this Poison Fang though, and it's actually going to be very, very close here. So the Nidoqueen can get off like 2 more Poison Jabs here, which almost takes me out. And luckily I'm able to get to this next Night Slash here to be able to take out the Shadow Nidoqueen that they have. So very, very good game, very close one, and well played to my opponent. So yeah, we're moving on to the next battle here in just a little bit. Alright, moving on to battle number 4. We're going to be going up against Epike Koi 555, I don't know. Anyway, Shadow Nidoqueen here versus an Obstagoon. This is actually a good matchup here. For the Nidoqueen, counters are going to be resisted. Going straight for the Poison Fang, but they do a good catch here on their Hypno. Luckily, I do have 2 good responses here for the Hypno. What I'm actually going to do again is go into the Obstagoon. Just because, again, I don't want to have to face the mirror match here and have the Obstagoon of their own counter me down and all that. So I'm going to be coming into the Obstagoon here against this Hypno. And they're actually going to be throwing a punch, which is fine. Going to start to build up quite a lot of energy here, almost at 3 Night Slashes. So going to be throwing right around here. The Confusion does sneak through though, which is not good. This first Night Slash is going to take out the Hypno, and I was expecting the Obstagoon to come back in and try to farm me down, but they actually bring in a Beedrill, which is actually okay here. So the Night Slash comes through. The next Night Slash comes through. You got a little bit of lag there. You love to see it. The next Night Slash is going through now. This will probably get the shield here from this Beedrill, which it does. And then I can just, I'm going to let this Obstagoon go at this point. It's done its job. So they actually go for a Fell Stinger, and it almost takes me out, and now it does with the additional Poison Jab. So I'm actually going to come in with Sableye here because I recognize that the Obstagoon will have a good matchup against a Nidoqueen, and then the opponent decides to surrender. So that is a great game. Well played to my opponent there. Alright. Moving on to the last battle here. Up against Dado 68. Cool. And we have Shadow Nidoqueen on the lead versus a Wigglytuff. You love to see it on the lead here. And gonna be starting to get away, and they actually swap into a Mandibuzz, and I stay in here a little bit too long. And so I'm actually going to be throwing a Poison Fang here, then actually go into my Sableye here. Sableye has an okay matchup here against the Mandibuzz. And what I'm actually going to do is try to farm up as much as I can, and then go for a return against this Mandibuzz. So I farm up a little bit, and they actually throw another foul play here. And I actually make a little bit of a mistake. I should have actually let this one go. I didn't want because the Wigglytuff would have gotten more farm here. So now I actually go for the return here against this Mandibuzz. And this will be almost taking out the Mandibuzz here. So I can get at least one more Shadow Claw's worth of energy here, which is good. But now the Wigglytuff is going to come back in. Going to get off this foul play here to Charm Sneak Screw, which is going to be taking out my Sableye in just a little bit here. And this is going to do a little bit of chip damage here against this Wigglytuff. So I'm going to wait out the clock, and then I'm going to bring back in the Nidoqueen and then see what they have in the back. And hopefully the Obstagoon can handle it. So they actually come back out, and they actually have a regular Machamp, which is not good at all. So I actually do have to let the Obstagoon go here. There's no play for the Obstagoon, so my win condition here is only with the Nidoqueen. And luckily my Shadow Nidoqueen still has quite a bit of health here, so I'm going to go straight for the Poison Fang here just to start racking up the damage here from the Poison Jabs. Now, I don't really have to shield anything here from the Machamp. Rock Slides or Cross Chops are both resisted. So I'm going to be able to tank this, so I'm not going to shield. And I still have plenty of energy here to go against the Wigglytuff. So I'm going to be going for the Poison Fang right now. And no Charm Sneak Screw, which is great. And this Poison Fang will be getting the shield. And then I'm going to get a little bit more and then throw this next Poison Fang to take out the Wigglytuff here from this range. And yeah, that was a great game. Well played to my opponent. Also a very, very close one there. And literally on 1 HP. Yeah, great game. Well played to my opponent. So there we go. That is a 5-0 set from me during these battles. And yeah, this team is so much fun to run. And if you want a good solid team that can help you climb ranks, this one is a highly recommended one from me to run. So thank you guys so much for watching this this video, and I hope you guys again have good luck to you on all your battles here in the Great League or the Great League Remix right now. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.